Oh, that's
God.
right. We got our webcam off. Let's put you back on. Haha, I'm back. Welcome to the stream, everyone. And look what we have here. Where are they? I got a hi emote. Hello. So yeah.
So you actually got off your lazy ass and put some more shit in, did you?
I sure did, Brownie.
Wow. You know what? Still unimpressed.
Well, you got an emote to show that, Brownie. You no longer have to use useless words that you could mess up. Now you can use emotes and have those be misconstrued.
I haven't added some of the spells either.
Alright, so let's have a look at my list over here. So we've done most of the races. Let's have a look. Where are we up to? So we've got our neutrals, our liner. These are all our favourite cards. Not the best cards, because as you can tell, we're finding out why Brownie's lost all his matches. And you got my favourite cards on the left. So all the right results. Actually, that's not true. Brownie did choose some good cards like Shadow Dancer and Spectral Revenant. But now we're up to the last two. So who do you want to do, Magmar or Vanna?
We could do Magmar.
Alright, fucking Magmar. Well, do you want to start, considering that you're the Magmar supporter?
I'm not really a Magmar supporter, but
Dirty Magmar player.
I dabble, but I'm not. I wouldn't call myself a Magmar aficionado.
Mind you, we're going through the old version. Like, to be fair, like some of these stuff will change with the new Duelyst 2. So consider this a Duelyst 1 tier list.
Oh, I think you know what we're going to be starting with.
Oh yeah, I'll talk to them now.
I think that there is one constant with Magmar. There is always one constant.
The
It
Jesus
is
beast.
always in every goddamn deck, regardless, because it is that good. And that is the good old Makantor warbeast.
This is. I can't wait. So what's it? Balance costs. It used to be a rare. It changed from a 4/3 to a 4/4. Raised the cost.
It used to be 5 mana 4/4 Frenzy Rush. Holy crap!
So it was a 4/3 rush for 5 mana. Oh no, it was added. Oh no, we start from the top. So it was 5 mana.
Yeah.
It used to be a common. How could this be a common? It's gone from common to epic. Holy fuck.
Oh my god. Just so, even powerful as it is right now, it used to be even worse. That's
Can you imagine
hilarious.
Arena getting this as a common card?
Oh god.
What? You wouldn't
Why
lose.
weren't we playing Arenas?
Man, if Crip complained about that, what was that, Leviathan card, imagine what, being a common, imagine what he would have thought of this.
God. That's crazy.
Oh, man.
Oh. Well, anyway, so this is the main kahuna, the big boss. He's removal, he's game changer, he's if you're behind catch up style, he just does everything. It's a beautiful card. And you know, you look at a couple of classes where they sort of do a lot more grouping and stuff like that. So you don't really see a lot of frenzy, but this is the kind of card that you see where it just comes out and just detonates, 4 damage.
I think it's the only basic
lots
frenzy
of
card
stuff.
in the game that sees play besides maybe Sword of Mechazor.
And look, the best part about it is it's only copping damage from the thing that you attack. Against Vitruvian, if you attack one of the obelisks, but there's all the stuff around it. You're essentially still on 4 mana, and you could have done up to about 16 damage to stuff around you. It's just such a good card. It's just, I don't know. There's really not much else to say. If you've played Duelyst, you will have seen this card against a Magmar because all of them run it. There is no reason you don't run it.
Yeah. It's like playing against Lionel. You always expect the whole immolation, so you always have to plan around it. This card's the same. You have to place your minions in such a way as if they play it, they don't get value out of it, and that's very hard. If you play so much as like a two attack creature anywhere near you, he's just going to come in, survive, and just destroy everything in the area. And you think...
And there's also the synergy aspect of it as well. You know, Magmar have abilities that can, let's say, bring some of these bigger minions in earlier than usual.
Yeah, that's what kills.
So you could face this. You could face this on turn 4.
Yeah, that's the big one. You think you got time, but you don't. He just comes out, and even if he dies, it's still a huge fucking swing.
But yeah,
this card is crazy.
It is the definition of Magmar.
Yeah.
When you're playing Magmar, expect the warbeast.
Yeah, pretty much. And like how many every game it's fucking 2 to 3 of these things at you. And it's always going to hit you in the face 9 times out of 10, and it's going to kill like 2 or 3 other units at the same time. And then you're like, fuck me, I need to get rid of this thing. And yeah, it's not always possible without taking another 4 damage to the face. Yeah, this card is one of the best cards in the entire game, to be honest. Oh, but yeah, Makantor, Jesus.
Really good. Really good. We love him. Everybody loves him. All Magmar players love him.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, he's lovable in the fact that, he's always been around. I've just never not seen him.
Let's put it this way. Even in nerfs, he's still consistently played.
Yeah. God damn it.
Cool, isn't it?
Oh, of course.
I've got to have the classics, mate.
Oh, sure do. And there's the boulder hill.
A bit low on tempo, though. Oh, fuck off! Oh, get stuffed! Well, Mark, I'm going to enjoy doing this.
Cheesy git. Go again? We'll test this out a bit more.
Well,
not the worst. The Juggernaut.
Oh God!
This guy
is this is going to be where you cut in that clip of when you used against me for the first time.
Oh, 100%.
But he can still kill the egg.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God! Have you had like the perfect start?
No, actually I haven't.
What? 2 Golem Metallurgists into a greater fortitude and natural selection. You can suck my cock. That's not a good start.
I was looking for the god hand of like 2 flash reincarnations into broken beasts.
Oh, of course you were.
Okay, let's see how this works.
Oh shit! What are you bringing out?
Yeah, that's happened.
Oh, we got it.
So many fucking eggs.
God, that was disgusting.
This thing was so fucking ridiculous. Like, he's just one of these cards that not only does it win you games if it survives, which I doubt it will, but if you can get it out early enough, it just swings the game. One of my favourite plays is I got the God Hand where I had the mana tile, I had 2 flash reincarnations, and this dude. So he took 4 damage when he came down, produces 4 eggs, and then he just kept growing from there. And I don't know why Brownie had no dispel, but that's on him. But yeah, just the fact.
But knowing me, I probably was playing some new deck that I was trying to put together to see if it would work or not. And you bring this shit out on the glory hand, and it catches me off guard, and I'm like, oh crap. And then it was just like, well, I'm dead.
Yeah. This guy's like a slightly better version of Chimera. I think Chimera, when he takes damage, he summons battle pets. Which, to be fair, I think Mechazor
it's just tokens.
Tokens. Yeah, he summons tokens. So technically, he has the potential to get Mechazor, but you can't always rely on it. while this guy summons golems, and there are some decent golems, like including ones that draw your cards and heal you and everything. But yeah, he was good. I used him as
the worst ones are where you get those bloody 4/9 things out, and then it's just like, well, I ain't removing that anytime soon.
But he's fun. Like I said, golems can be from every faction. It can summon another Juggernaut, because it's technically a golem. And yeah, all the golems that have bond will proc each other when they egg. So like, I had a lot of fun. I didn't get to play him very often, but when that one game I did, that made my day. That was hilariously great. They've since nerfed Flash Reincarnation. You can only use one of them. I believe it's the next card you play. That takes damage. But they did nerf those combos with Chimera and Juggernaut. They basically used the same combo of use Flash Reincarnations to hurt it when it came in to summon a ton of shit. They were very memey. They weren't to be relied upon, but when you're playing custom games, you're like, well, fuck it. I'm just going to keep trying it until it works. And I managed to get it off against Brownie, and I was really happy with myself.
Like, I bet you were.
Oh, Brownie didn't even know it was possible. And I'm all about showing the impossible. Alright, I'll put him there. But yeah, probably against better decks, it probably would never see play, because all of its effects are basically, it doesn't grow till your next turn, and let's be honest, growing like 5, it did make a difference in our game. It makes it, you have to basically use removal, because it's just going to outgrow the damage that you put on it. But yeah, it's pretty funny. It stays out for 2 turns, and it's like fucking, a 14-20, which is pretty funny. But yeah, I love this guy. He was cool. Alrighty, I'll delete him from my list now. Time for your turn, Brownie.
Let's go with Young Slither.
Not on my list.
Oh, that's always good.
Young Slither. Oh, it used to be a 2-1. Then a 2-2.
Yeah.
Then a 2-3.
2-3.
Gee.
Oh, holy.
Man, they really want to buff the shit out of this.
Well, I think at 2-3, it's where it's real value against, like, you know, other common 2-drops that you can select. Really good 2-drop. I mean, look, it's up against Healing Mystic, which is probably like the best 2-drop in the entire Duelyst card thing, but this is really good just because of Rebirth.
Yeah.
And getting it at 2 mana means even if they kill it, they still have to waste another attack or removal getting rid of the egg.
Yeah.
And that's probably where its real use is. I mean, you know, you kill the Healing Mystic and it's gone forever, but if you don't kill the egg, the Unslither's coming back.
Yeah.
And then you have to deal with it again. And look, it's something the enemy team will do, because God forbid they'll go for the eggs as much as humanly possible, but that's where the value is. Absorbing that extra hit on an egg means it's not another unit competent or your hero competent, so or they're wasting things like, you know, a Blood Tier Alchemist coming out to get rid of the egg, or or even like a Dispel on a Young Slither just so it doesn't have Rebirth. Just that's where the real value of it comes in.
Yeah, like a lot of the times you use a blood tier, you use your hero plus your blood tier to kill off every 2-mana creature. This one you literally have to do the combo just to kill it, and then have a second minion kill the egg, which is pretty damn annoying. Like, I remember in the early days, Rebirth was different. Rebirth would take an entire turn to spawn the egg, so it was possible for you to like lose your egg, and it was useless because like it would take too long to revive. But once they changed it to all eggs spawned at the start of your turn, all of a sudden this thing became actually monstrous. It's like, it's a good 2-drop. Like, it stacks well against all the other 2-drops in the game. And it suits Magmar pretty well at being pretty hardy. Not to mention, like, they got some decent buffs. Like, giving it +2/+2, all of a sudden you got like a 4/5 with Rebirth, which is pretty strong. Or giving it like Frenzy. Nah, it's pretty good. Like, it's a common card, so not much more to say about it, but yeah, it holds up the early game surprisingly well. But yeah, I do like him. Young Sliverer. Is that how you spell it? I got no idea. Silithar. There we go. Yeah, I can't really say much more about it. Doesn't have any... Yeah, I'm not going to say much more about it. You pretty much covered it. It's just a simple...
Yeah.
But yeah.
Does its thing.
Well, if we're going to bring him up, we got the young one. What about the elder? Now, this card was awesome.
So the elder, oh shit, yeah.
This card was stupidly strong at the start of Duelyst, like crazy good. Like, it was like endgame card. Like, even if you used removal on it, it'd still have rebirth, so it'd turn into an egg and you have to kill the egg. If you didn't deal with it, it would start summoning more Sliver Elders next to it. So this thing spiraled out of control. So yeah, if they put it out of the... Normally you didn't want to get it too much in enemy range, but after like 1 or 2 turns, you have like 3 or 4 of these guys on the battlefield. You got like replication to create 3 more of them, just if it survives. This thing was insanely good. As time went on, it became a bit too much of a slow card for Magmar, and they didn't really need it. But you can still just shove it in your deck, because if you couldn't deal with it, you lost the game. It was straight up a game ender. There are very few ways to get rid of a board like that, unless you had like Decimate or... No, Decimate wouldn't even do it. The only way I really know to do it is Metamorphosis or EMP. EMP wouldn't be too bad, but that doesn't get rid of all the 7/7s though. And look at the butt. So it's a 7 mana 4/5. Okay. So it used to be a 4/5, then raised to 8/8, then lowered to 6/6, and then made a 7/7. So it's had a few changes over the years. They stuck with that. 7 cost, 7 attack, 7 health. But yeah, he was a cool card. You use this one or?
When I got it, yeah, you always just have one. It was your late game, bring out, once sort of everything's been used, and then you can just bring it out, and it just has infinite value. So it's, unless they've got like proper removal to get rid of it, but
even then,
it was good.
Because it's at the end of your turn, so you still have to remove the damn egg.
Yeah.
God, yeah, leaving this guy around was if you weren't prepared for this dude, it's probably, yeah, so even though he was strongest at the start of the game, like even in the later expansions, if you didn't prepare for him, you're probably fucked either way. But yeah, EMP, like stuff like EMP really did shut down a few of these creatures, but yeah, they became better late game creatures that could end the game. This guy was more of a long-term solution. Like a lot of the early game creatures back in the days were, once you put them down, if you didn't deal with them, they gained huge amounts of value over time, like Sliver Elder and Pandora. While once you got to the late game of like Duelyst, it was pretty much as soon as you put down the creature, you either got immediate value or you're going to lose the next turn. But yeah, he was fucking good. But yeah, that's it. Yeah, late game, you got like Abyssians, like Grandmaster Variks. So yeah, he was competing with stuff like that. Although, yeah, you'd put up a fight against it. Alrighty, your turn.
Alright, let's do a spell, which in the latest patch I died to, but I love the card because I always used to use it, and that's Bounded Life Force.
Oh yeah, that was on my list as well. Bounded Life Force is awesome.
I mean, this is a mix of Troll to...
No,
one of the greatest cards of all time.
It's a legit card. This thing is insane. You're never using it unless you're going to kill them with it.
Yeah, pretty much. Unless... Yeah, that's true. It's pretty simple. Your general becomes 10/10. So this is basically... once you have Makantors and Elucidators, chip down the general, and you can finally kill it because it's got 10 or less health. You whack this on, end game, move on to the next one.
Yeah. Just meant that you just couldn't go near the enemy general late game because you didn't know if he was going to play this spell and hit you in the fucking face. It also, I think it's stacked with yeah, cards, it's your base stats.
Probably would have stacked with weapons and stuff like that, and Magmar has a couple of nice weapons.
Yeah,
has like a you can put on a frenzy, you can get +4 attack. It's just it's overkill in its utmost glory.
But yeah, like Overlord from Varth with your +1 attack. So if you cast that 4 times before the you're 14/10.
Yeah.
yeah, so this card was insane. So basically, late game, you just had to play. So many things you had to play around with Magmar, and that's just one of them. Where it's like, oh, you're like on like 12, 14 health. Okay, keep away from the enemy general because you may lose that health very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's used as a finisher. Mostly it's in Varth decks, given the synergy with his Bloodborne power, because it carries over. Yeah, so... And basically the arts with smart opponents will guess that you have the card in your hand. Which... Like... Oh wow, it originally was changed each general's health to 10. Oh yeah, that's more busted. That's fucked.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm glad that didn't exist. But yeah, this card was pretty damn good. I enjoyed it. I've won so many games with this card. I love how the strategy is trying to guess it's
including the recent one where I forgot all about that it existed.
Yeah. Well, that's what's going to happen in 90% of games. Like, it just means that you can't get your hero anywhere near the enemy general, which is pretty fucked. So you somehow need to be able to play minions that can pressure the general while being far enough away he can't get back at you. And if you're not careful, the Makantor warbeast will clear a path.
Yeah. Will it ever?
Oh, but yeah. Now, this card was fucking good. What is this? Ask me later. Yeah, so what was that? Bound to Lifeforce. But yeah, I had that on my list.
Yeah, that looked a weird play, but it got rid of the egg.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, fuck, I'm dead. Oh my god, I didn't look at your stream. Fucking hell. Good on you, cunt. Good game.
Victory!
But yeah, I got a spell as well. Because yeah, to be fair, I think Magmar had my favourite spells in the game, actually. Like, looking over and everything.
I've got a heap of them.
Yeah, same. I wonder if this was on your list. Thumping Wave.
Yeah, actually, that was on my list. I had that on there. That was a great card.
Oh man, look at that bunny thing. Do I have an image of it? Oh, so basically,
it's really small.
yeah, this card was awesome. So what I loved about it was it had two different uses. One was it's like pure 5 attack, which is pretty crazy considering like the amount of like beefy minions that can stay on the board that can all of a sudden be threats, or your rush minions, you can give it to them. Like I'm trying to think, like Elucidator I guess would be the big one, because Elucidator is cheaper. You can flash reincarnation that out, put this on. It's like 3 cards still, but it's still what, like fucking 9 damage. It's a lot. It can just destroy people, and also the amount of frenzy is crazy as well. But the other part is you get this amazing. If they survive, then they turn into kin, which is this awesome battle pet, which has probably the best attack animation in the game. So they survive, or they live to the end of the turn. They turn into cute bunnies, which you have to control over. And what was cool about this is that, so it was technically a semi-removal spell. All of a sudden, transform effects don't proc death rattles. Amala healers, Vorpal reavers, all that stuff just turn into bunnies and completely fucking useless, essentially. And also, oh yeah, it combines with Thunderhorn as well. So yeah, we've covered Thunderhorn and how bullshit that is. Oh, here it is. Rush Mean like Elucidator is 1 turn 10 damage combo at the expense of 4 health and 8 mana. That can be reduced to 6 mana. Jesus. That is insane.
Yeah. The best part about the card is its dual application. So you can have it, and you can either use it to deal with a big threat that you need to get rid of, or you can use it to enhance your your current attack at the moment that might actually be you might be winning, and you want to keep the leg up. And the best part is if they don't kill your minion, then you're still going to end up with a 3/3 that's going to, I mean, a 3/3 battle pet still hurts, still has to be dealt with. That's, if you're transforming, say, a Slither Elder, then you know what? Yeah, you'll cop the 3/3 battle pet. But,
yeah, I'd cop that than a Slither Elder.
But I mean, if you're if you've just done a Makantor warbeast thumping wave combo, they haven't dealt with the Makantor warbeast on their turn. It turns into the kin. Well, they're still going to deal with the 3/3.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things that it can kill with only 3 health. Or even just suicide into, or who knows what it'll do. That's a beauty part about battle pets, but it's still like a good thing. Just after you've done 9 damage in a frenzy attack on a Makantor.
I hope that they do keep that card. I wonder how they'll balance it. It'd be interesting to see if Duelyst 2 has battle pets, and if they don't, what they'll do. Whether they'll keep the bunnies in it, make them weaker, maybe. Like if they turn into it, there would have to be a 2/2. They would have to be turned into 2/2s if you gain control of them. But yeah, this card was great. So it was for offense or defense. It was pretty unique in that fact. Can't think of too many other cards like that have like a double effect besides maybe Pandos. But yeah, he was cool. Now for 3. Well, you don't even have to lose anything. Is it worth Makantor?
No. I win. Just count the damage after I do the play.
Oh yeah, you're Magmar because you're fucking stupid.
He quits anyway.
Holy shit! Alright, it's Blanny's turn.
Let's pick a minion. Oh, you've ticked that one off. Let's go with Spirit Harvester.
Ah, shit, not on mine. He is cool. And we've currently got the busted version at the moment in Duelyst 2.
Yes, but the busted version is required at the moment. So this is essentially Magmar's answer to Jaxi or Jax True Sight.
Yeah.
Just any of that. You don't need a blistering squad. You can use a Spirit Harvester. But the best part about this is at the end of every turn that it's still up. It continues to do 1 damage to all other minions. Now, the best part about Magmar is a lot of their minions are pretty bulky. If you happen to have an egg out, then goodbye egg. But most of them because they're bulky, they're going to cop this and move on. Other factions, or even ones that, and let's put it this way, especially in Duelyst 2, the amount of Jaxis, Jax True Sights, and everything like that they've been playing. This is where this card just gets so much value.
Yeah.
Like they play a Jax True Sight, cool. Drop a Spirit Harvester, clear all that out. Don't have to worry about it. Really cool card. Also has a really cool synergy with a spell Metamorphosis.
Yeah.
Which turns all the enemy minions into 1/1 minions. So if this thing's still up because I haven't dealt with it and they throw out some big kahunas, you can Metamorphosis. This will clean everything up and move on. So it's that's some really nice synergy stuff there. Yeah, really good chip damage unit. Really nice. I like it.
Yeah, he was pretty. I love the design of the card. He's pretty cool looking, like typical dinosaur. But yeah, like Magmar's a bulky. They don't give a fuck if they take 1 damage. And there were some cards that even
unless you're a Phalanxer.
Yeah, Phalanx is a bit of a failed design card in general. But yeah, but also they got cards which buff damage minions. So sometimes that's even a blessing. But it's not the only card in Magmar that damages stuff, like that Kujata does as well. But yeah, he kind of lost his bit of appeal when Blistering Scorn came out. Yeah. That way, he was a cheaper version of this, to be fair.
A cheaper version that you could bring him out whenever you want, rather than all the time.
Yeah.
So you could sort of control your 1 damage across your 1 damage to all minions.
Yeah, pretty much.
And this is basically the Lilith answer to Wraithlings. Yeah, they were the.
This thing's fucked against that. Yeah, and so what was it originally? So this pre-alpha, it was 2 damage to all other minions, which is currently its current state of Duelyst 2. Then its stats were raised to 5 and cost lowered to 5. So it's had some buffs. So yeah. So it had a nerf, and then they just buffed it a little bit.
It used to do 2 damage to all other minions. Holy crap.
They probably should go. I don't know if they should go back to it, but
I don't think so. I think 1 damage is fine.
Well, especially if they bring in Night Harvester, I wouldn't mind that staying the same. Moloki
Huntress.
She was legit.
I don't think I had her on.
Oh, you had her?
No, I didn't have a.
Oh, no way! So yeah, when the game first came out, growth minions were a fucking joke. Like, the idea was they'd get stronger over time. The main issue with that was they just didn't have the support. They were all like common cards, and they were generally, you could just dispel them if they ever got out of hand. This card was awesome because instead of it just growing on your turn, they'd grow on both players' turns. So all of a sudden, they're growing twice as fast. So all of a sudden, their big problem of speed and being too slow to make a huge impact, she basically doubled the speed and made all your grow minions threats much faster. And then you combine that with there's an artifact, I believe, that Magmar can get, which gives all your minions grow.
Oh, the God Hammer or whatever it is.
Yeah, God Hammer. All your minions have grow. So you don't even have to include grow minions. All of a sudden, even your basic minions become insane. So yeah, you play this. It's not even a 1/2, because the only thing that prevents is you flash reincarnationing it out, which is probably not needed. But yeah, basically by the time your opponent has to deal with it, it's a 2/3, and on your next turn, it's a 3/5. Or 3/4. So yeah, this thing grew really quick. And I did the Godhammer stack with other grow minions. It wouldn't surprise me if this thing was like getting double grows happening. I'm very tempted. I'm going to look that up right now to see if that is actually a synergy. Hopefully Godhammer's not on your list, because I'm going to look at it now.
Like it was one of those cards in theory works. And if you could structure your board right, you'd be okay. But if the opponent had any like answers or could attack it, then you're essentially paying 3 mana for what essentially is a 2/3. Which isn't the best. You're hoping that you have a board of other minions so they can benefit. Otherwise, otherwise it's just going to get countered and removed ASAP. And that was always the problem. It was like even when I had decks where I'd be doing Godhammer and stuff like that. Everyone just made it their mission to get rid of those things as quickly as possible. So you spend 3 mana, it gets removed. You may not have had any. You may have had 1 or 2 minions, which
it's not the worst.
It gets some benefit, but at the end of the day, it just gets destroyed. So you can't build your deck purely around grow minions and this thing doing it, because it just I never got it to work. Maybe in the start of Duelyst 2 where there's not as many removals at the moment, but you're going to find that every race is going to throw everything at it to get rid of it.
I feel you.
If they don't, then they're essentially screwed.
I'm trying to think. Yeah. But to be fair, like Magmar does have a lot of targets. Like, especially as the game grew on, they had a lot of targets that you kind of need to save your removal for. If you used like a removal on this guy, and then like that Lavaslasher comes out or something like that, you got to be careful with that stuff as well, because there were some very big bulky units that you kind of wanted to deal with. But yeah, it was a good dispel target. You kind of had to. This thing just blew the game out if you couldn't deal with it.
I'm actually thinking if it'll be a good idea in this current meta where spam decks are a lot more user friendly. Like you have a turn 6 where you just pump out a whole heap of like little stuff with it. Right.
Let's have a look at this deck. Oh, there's Gromar here. Let's have a look. What was this guy's? Nah, someone else's. So, Golem Metallurgist, Kajada, Crater, Moloki Huntress, Oponosaur, Omniseer, Progenitor. So yeah, this deck here doesn't even really use grow minions, I don't think. I reckon it just uses the Godhammer combo. So if they dispel the Moloki Huntress, you're still growing all your minions with the Godhammer. And then what do? If they start growing these other creatures, okay, you kill Moloki Huntress with your dispel and stuff, but then the Godhammer went and buffed a whole bunch of others. Are you going to use more? You're going to have to use more removal because they got bigger as well. And it's a no-win situation. It's crazy. But yeah, she was still used, to be fair. It's just funny that she was meant to buff like Grow decks, and it turns out like no one knew. That's not true. I don't know what. What are these?
Oropsosaur had it, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, let's have a look. What actually?
There's a few there. There's a few there that I don't know what they are.
Yeah, so let's have a look. Grow. Growflocker. I got a Huntress. Okay, Onopisaur did. Whenever another friendly minion would grow survives damage, that minion grows.
Oh god.
That's pretty cool. It was a legendary though.
Yeah, of course it was.
And that's about it. So yeah,
Wow.
there was 2 grow minions in the entire deck. I love whether you release a card to like make a archetype work, and it's like, no, the archetype is literally 2 cards plus the rest of the shit. But yeah, I did like her though. I thought she was a nice addition. She at least gave Grow a chance at being a deck. Although I wonder how much of that is the Godhammer. But yeah, I enjoyed it. Alright, your turn, Brownie Son.
I'm gonna do a nice little off-center one that I used to like. Managed to work a couple of times because of the sheer no one expects it, and that's Chrysalis Burst.
Oh, that fucking. To be fair, I did use it as well. This is fucking Hearthstone level shit right here.
So did you have work today?
I did. Fuck you all.
Oh my god. We've got Indicator, Visionar, Grow, Veteran Slither. Oh my god, there's 5 fucking eggs on the board.
Did you put in Scorn?
No, I didn't put in Scorn.
I highly recommend it.
Jesus Christ.
I dig that.
Wasn't the best, but at least I've only just got Grow. Oh, he does grow on this turn?
Ooh, fuck yeah.
What?
Now it's the poor card is a 6-mana card. Summon a random egg in 4 random spaces. That has a bit more to it. It will summon. It summons a common, rare, epic, and legendary unit. It's all random. Oh, you can actually see what it's going to hatch into.
All minions with rebirth? Wait, what's this? Crystals can be summoned... Oh, okay. Chrysalis eggs. Okay, so it's what they can be summoned with. So any unit with rebirth.
There you go. Look, it's a cool one if you can catch the opponent off guard. I like, you only put like one in your deck. You don't go too hard. But there is egg morph that you can use alongside it if you need to. But it's just really cool just to drop, because especially with one drop where there wasn't it wasn't really spammy, you could get away with some real RNG egg placements where they can't get to any of them, and you just get 4 units out of it because they've got no answer. The worst response from a Magmar perspective is you're playing Songhai, and they've got that deal 1 damage to all cards, or they drop Blistering Scorn. At least that's a 4-mana card answer, or they throw in all their Blood Tier Alchemists. That's up to 3 mana. Look, it can absorb, take some stuff. It's probably not the best thing to throw out there to try and just cop a lot of shit out of. But when it works, that's when it's fun.
Yeah.
And look, even just like it, you get a young Slither, veteran Slither, Slither Elder. Thank you very much. I'll take that. I'll move on with life. But even if like 2 survive, you're probably going to get.
Oh, but it's value for 2.
Yeah, you're going to get the mana value out of it. And at the very least, you've wasted 2 other removals from the opponent as well. Egg Morph, I think that costs 3 mana.
Or 4, I think, from memory.
Oh, it's 4. Oh, okay, so you won't be able to use both at the same turn.
Nah.
Well, can you? No, it's because it's 9 mana max.
You just have to use Mana Forger, and even then you're pushing it.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just a nice, funny little surprise that I used to like just throwing out randomly just to just to piss people off.
But yeah, the balance changes. We both played when it summoned 4 eggs and it cost 4 mana. And when we left the game, they bumped the cost up to 6.
There used to be 4 mana, 3 eggs, and now it's 6 mana, 4 eggs.
Yeah. The problem with this card, like, it's fun for the user, but not anyone else. I remember you'd get this in your hand. It didn't do much late game, but what would happen
When's
is...
When's it supposed to be fun for the opponent?
There are some cards that are fun for your opponent, like if they play a Battle Pet and you have a Thunderhorn. But it was just Hearthstone in a nutshell. Since it was 4 mana, you played it very early game, normally as the second player. I don't know if you were able to cast it first turn. I'm trying to think if that would be possible, because if you played Mana Forge, it's still 2... Nah, I can't... So I think turn 2 is the earliest you can play it. But then... So all of a sudden, the opponent may have 2 to 3 minions out. Then you play this, and depending on where they spawn, they might not be able to reach them all. If they spawn in all 4 corners of the map or behind your minions, if your opponent can't reach them, yeah, like, for 4 mana, you could easily get 4 mana worth of value out of this. And so your opponent has to look at every egg, work out which ones are going to give you the Sliverer Elder, and which one's going to give you the Young Sliverer, and try to take them out. And if they didn't have answers, they just lost the game on the spot, I felt. Because, yeah, you can get Sliverer. What other stuff could you get from it? So...
Can't remember. Veteran Silithar?
That was the big one, but there was another one that was fucked as well. If I type in there's egg. Look at this terrible... I can't get over this. Like, I know it's a free site, but that's some terrible fucking coding right there.
What do you mean? It's probably because you haven't got... Like, it's
look at that.
On me.
It's like, what? It can't even fit the words in.
Dude, mine looks so much better than yours.
Alright, so, all minions with rebirth. What has rebirth? So, yeah. Dreadnought. I'm pretty sure. You got Dreadnought, and Erratic Raptor, Juggernaut, Progenitor. Look at all these crazy cards. Young Sliverer. Rage Binder. Yes, there was a lot of different crazy ones you can get. I'm trying to look at the one that I think it was this guy here, which is the one that was strong. Erratic Raptor. Oh no, we didn't have that one. But yeah, it was a Hearthstone card in a nutshell. It was fun. Like, obviously, if you got it to work, it was great. But yeah, I just remember a lot of people complained about this card just because, yeah, it was just so random in nature. But as I said, it's allowed to be fun.
Whoa! What does that 3/1 card have?
Celerity and Rebirth.
Oh, it has celerity. Wow. Geez, no wonder no one lets him hatch. Oh, X-Men Force Field. Fuck yes. That is hilarious. What are you going to get out of him? I can't see. Oh.
Well, I did get a Dreadnought.
You got a Dreadnought, you got a Makantor. Wow.
Mandrake.
There's nothing wrong with a bit of RNG sometimes.
Yeah, well, as long as it's balanced. I thought it was balanced around 6 mana. If you wanted to RNG the game, then yeah, there you go. You got your 6 mana Chrysalis burst. But yes, if you want to talk about fun cards, Brownie, Dance of Dreams. One of my favorite tactics in the entire game. This is a really cool combo deck. To be fair, there's a few combo pieces involved, but I decided to do Dance of Dreams because this is the most interesting one.
Yeah, dead in the current Duelyst 2 meta.
Yeah, what's Dance of Dreams now? I don't even know what that does.
No, but it's dead if it's like this because it's not really required.
No, it's required for one reason.
It's required for your bullshit reason.
Yeah,
that's right.
There's a card where whenever a minion takes damage,
God. God.
Your
yes.
you gain
insert that very video of you doing it against me where that minion got like up to fucking 27 attack or some shit. Oh.
Oh shit. Oh no. Oh god. Oh no. Oh no.
No! Ah, fuck me. Bugger. Oh well.
Oh my.
Yes! I did it!
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh.
So the combo is you get the weapon, which whenever one of your minions takes damage, you get attack power. Get 2 Kajatas out to reduce the cost of your minions to like 0. And then have your entire deck filled with nothing but like 1 health low cost creatures. So you're play this card for 1 mana, play a 0 mana creature, it dies because of the damage, you draw a card because it dies, rinse and repeat until you go through and get enough damage to whack your opponent in the face. Now, it's pretty cool. I love the combo, the dance of memes combo as they call it. It was one of the cooler deck styles. The main issue is if your opponent sees it coming, they're never going to let you general anywhere near you. Like, if you start seeing your opponent playing Mantis, like the Mantis card, then yeah, you know that something's up, because they start playing planar scouts and Mantis things, and it's like, well, his cards are shit, is he? And he's definitely not in bronze tier, so obviously he's got a plan. Yeah, it's just the fact that he's just cycling through his deck to get those cards. But yeah, that was a cool, fun thing. Did you ever use the card besides that?
Did I ever chat? No, not really. I think that was the other reason why you'd use it. I can't even remember if I don't think I even used it. I don't think I used it at all.
I'm not sure if it was ever used for anything else other than that. I know Vitruvian had a card that was similar, but it was for flying minions. What was it called? It says Iridium Scale, Eternal Heart, Rage Reactor, Twin Fang, I think is the one. So whenever a minion takes damage, you get +2 attack, which is absolutely insane. And unfortunately, that combo's not even mentioned here, which actually surprises me. But yeah. But I found technically those cards go together, but like I thought I'd do that one because that one's the most interesting of the lot. Alright, Brownie turn. Dance of Dreams. And that leaves me, I've only got 3 more cards left for me.
Damn, we've already done 5. I've done 5 already, shit. So we've got 3 more, have we? Each?
Oh, yep.
Let's do Lavaslasher.
Ah, yeah. This card was fucking insane.
This is a great card.
Fancy.
Although, this will be interesting. Oh!
How cool is that card?
Fuck you! That's what I was planning on playing next turn.
Wait.
Seems we mentioned it before.
Yeah, we did actually. We forgot about that. Look at this insane piece of crap. Oh, he was good.
Not quite the Dancing Blades value where it just does the 3 damage without doing anything else like getting hit in itself. But still, this was really good at being able to take something off the board immediately and still be around to fight another day. The stat line is beautiful. 4/7. It was there to deal with whatever, just to get rid of it. But I've never seen it not used to remove something and die at the same time, unless it was like a big minion you needed to get.
Yeah, very rare. I never saw one of these die on opening gambit either. 7 health is a lot.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it used to have 9 health.
Did it really?
Jesus Christ, someone didn't look at that card.
No.
4 mana, what? 5 mana, 4/9. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Oh man, thank God they nerfed it.
Yeah, it essentially does what it does. You bring it out and it's fighting. Just make sure you plant it the right way so it can fight the right minion. Just with everything.
You get to choose the minion, don't you?
Oh, I can't remember.
I think it does. It doesn't say anything nearby minion.
So it wasn't a direction thing like Dancing Blades, was it?
It just hit anything in range. It says it even ignores provoke.
Oh, wow. Oh my god, that makes it even better.
Yeah, it's fighting. It doesn't count as an attack, so he just comes in, whacks you.
Wow, actually, I forgot about the ignoring provoke. That makes it even better.
It's got some cool fucking animations, I'll give it that.
Mm.
But yeah,
really good.
I love this card. There was one of those cards that I felt was in every deck when I was playing was in every deck. But what was good for me as well is I love to play Golem decks. So Golem would also activate the bond effects of a lot of the minions that you would have. So your Golem Metallurgist reduce the cost of this card. If I type in Golem, I wonder what else comes up. So what effects would this have for my team? Let's have a look. Faction Golems. That would have given us... What do you do? Bond. So yeah, if you had the Rage Binder out, playing that would restore 3 health to your general. So yeah.
Oh, wow.
I forgot about Rage Binder. So yeah, it was the Golem tag helped a lot. So yeah. But even without... I saw people play this card in non-Golem decks, and it was still ridiculously strong. And like, most times, yeah, it'll fight, kill something, and it'll be like a 4... Let's say 4... a 4/4 mainly most of the time, because it'd normally take 3 or 4 damage. So it was still tanky as hell. Like a 4/4 is still pretty decently strong. But yeah, you're looking at like an average Golem deck would be like Metallurgist turn 2, Rage Binder into this, and it'd be like, okay, have fun there. But yeah, no, it was strong. Also, yeah, you could also buff it with the cards which give you bonus stats if you're injured. I forgot what that one's called. Let's have a look. But yeah, not much more to say about it other than, yeah, it was a really solid card.
Really good.
Not quite in the Makantor warbeast faction of... Oh, here it is. Damage minion, amplification. +2 attack, +4 health. Whew.
Wow.
But yeah, pretty good. But yeah, I thought that card was awesome. It was definitely one of my go-to things. It definitely helped Golem Magmar massively. Lavaslasher. I used this card, one of my decks that I used this deck in this card in one of my decks, which I loved. It was in my replace deck, the Mandrake. This card's pretty simple. It's like 12 mana, so you can never play it. But for every minion that you summon from any player's action bar, you get like, it reduces the cost. So I love just playing minions and then dropping like a 0 mana 6/6 out of nowhere. It can really catch people by surprise. So it was awesome. Absolutely
I got this in an arena one time.
Oh, how did that go for you?
Yeah, it was pretty nice. Because you'd just be playing along and all of a sudden for 0 mana you're dropping a 6/6 on there.
Yes,
and even
crazy.
like getting it out for like 2 mana was just really awesome.
Yeah.
And because there's stuff or removal in arena, it's just like it's a kid in a candy shop.
Yeah, I didn't realise it was both players' action bars. So yeah, you can quickly 6 minions from each person and it's 0 mana. And it's a cool looking minion as well. Oh, it even has a sword. Oh, what the? It attacks with a sword and then it fires out its blades out the top of its back. That is awesome. But yeah, he's a simple... I liked it. It's just a simple card design which you can just put into your deck as like a nice... There were some other cards that kind of function like this, but I felt this was the most reliable and one of the better ones. I saw there was one for Vitruvian where if you played all 3 Science First Wishes, then it got reduced cost. That wasn't quite as good. Probably more interesting effect, but... Yeah, the Mandrake was pretty... I liked it, just because my favourite decks, he seemed to be in a lot of them. And I used to play Starhorn, so I was constantly using a ton of smaller creatures to flood the board, because I had the extra card draw And to be fair, actually, both players had the extra card draw because I'd used my hero power. What do you mean this removes that from your deck? What's this do? Oh, no way. Okay, so if you get them too low, then this card kills all your mandrakes. That's pretty funny.
Oh wow.
But yeah, nah, he was a cool one. I liked him. Alright. Well, I've just got spells left now.
Man, I still got heaps to go.
Well, that's cool. You might be able to... Because I haven't got... So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... Okay. Yeah, because I actually thought that we'd have a lot more cards appearing. Just because, since I don't play Magmar as much, I thought there'd be a lot bigger difference in the amount of units that we thought were good or bad.
Nah, Magmar just has a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, but you'll notice how, probably Abyssin, we all like the same stuff. So that's why we had to, add more on. While here, it's we're not saying, oh, we fell short, we need to add more. Because, I didn't have Young Sliver or Spirit Harvester or Chrysalis Burst, and you probably didn't have Dance of Dreams or Mandrakes.
I didn't have Mandrakes, actually.
Oh, you did have it?
No, I didn't, but there was just so many others that I had to put in.
Well,
I'm going to do this one. This one is, especially with Duelyst 2 coming out, and I used it, it was actually really good. Primordial Gazer. Ah,
this card! I love this little dude, the little guy that could.
This is just really good if you get a board out and then you just start snowballing. 3 mana, 2/2, whatever. But the opening gambit is it does a +2/+2 buff. It's basically greater fortitude, but you get for the extra 2 mana you get another body on the board.
Yeah.
And yeah, it really does help early game if you manage to not get everything cleared out. And it can just add some really nice threatening stuff on there, which is really good. Boosting young slithers to a freaking 4/5.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
They seem to become veteran slithers.
Yeah, they basically do, don't they?
But it's also just the body and the whole chess oriented sort of component of Duelyst. Sure, it can get eliminated by 1 hit from something, but it's still got to cop 1 hit from something.
Yeah.
And if somebody's attacking this, then they're not attacking the unit that you've just buffed as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I like it. It's just one of those cards that just helps add just those nice little benefits. And yeah, even in the Duelyst 2 thing, I played it with it, and it was really good. Especially given that you're playing a lot of small stuff, and it can just really.
Didn't they buff it as well in Duelyst 2?
Probably. I think they did, but I can't remember what they did to it.
Yeah, it's not here for... That's okay. We'll probably come back to it one day and be like, oh, these are the best change. It'd be funny, come back... We'll probably come back in 5 years. Best changes Duelyst 2 did to, Duelyst 1 cards. Probably Dragar Lord being top of the list currently at the moment. Although there could be arguments that... What that knight that counterattacks, heals, and attacks damage was pretty interesting as well. Or even Mobius. Although, it would be interesting to see how Mobius goes. But yeah, this is a case, like I said, you can pay 1 mana for the same effect, but by doing the 2 mana, you get an extra body, and that can also take the mana tiles early game, so that's pretty decent as well. So you can move up your creature, take the mana tile, buff your creature to take out your opponents, and creatures can remove other creatures. They can remove artifacts off the enemy general. If you've got Godhammer on, all of a sudden your Primordial Gazer will start growing into a bigger threat. But yeah, no, he's good. I think I used him a fair bit. Definitely in the early days I used him. I tried to use the Wild Intercept and I had no luck using that, but this guy was pretty damn good. And it says here that, yeah, he used to be a 3 mana 2/3, but they ended up nerfing him. But they did make him a basic card, so you didn't get him as a common, so he was a basic set card.
Yeah,
So-
a 2/3. That's really good.
Yeah, I can understand changing it from to a basic card. I still reckon a 2/2 is still pretty good. 2 mana.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, 2 mana 2/2 is still a little bit understated, but the fact is the stats come out of nowhere. So, like you said, and you can still there's nothing stopping. Once you cast, say, a buff on a character, that card's done. You get the same benefit as the spell, but for an extra bit of mana, this guy could potentially do something else in the game. Like, he's not out of it until someone kills it. Who knows? You can send him to the back line and kill Jaxi if you felt like it. Or even just moving him in position so Makantor can get a better lineup of to kill something.
Yeah.
Minions are always going to have that's probably why it's got a little bit of a boost cost. But yeah, as a 2... I'm trying to think. What else would be a 3 mana? What's 3 mana in this game? Not many people use 3 mana cards, to be honest. Especially in Duelyst 2, they probably won't be used very much. Well, since we're going for such a basic card, then I should do the same. Actually, I don't know if this card is basic, but we'll find out. Actually, I'm going to check. Well, I've only dropped a few frames, but I am uploading something. One of the best buffs in the game, in my opinion. Diretide Frenzy. This thing was fucking insane. Even in Arena. Even Gauntlet, this card was even better, but I had quite a few decks that could use this card to extremely powerful effect. So it gives you creatures +1 attack, so your Elder Sliverer or whatever. We'll say early game, 2 attack is the baseline, so all of a sudden it's 3 attack. Most minions early game are 3 health, so this will allow you to clear minions in 1 hit early game. And a lot of players don't play around the Diretide Frenzy, so you can oftentimes do damage to the general at the same time. Late game, you're looking at giving flying minions that you have in your deck, which for me might have been, since I used the Replace deck, I had the not the Skywing, I had this Paradise Bird, which got attack damage every time I replaced a card. But so I had a flying minion I was capable of giving Frenzy to, so that can move into any spot and just wipe out someone's entire board. But yeah, I always got good value out of this card. I've never had this card and thought, fuck, I wish I didn't have it in my deck. Did you ever use it?
Not a lot. Probably because I always just had Makantors.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
And if I was doing anything like that, I'd probably use the frenzy weapon for the general.
Yeah.
So I didn't really use this card a lot. But yeah, it's still a pretty cool card that you could just throw out of nowhere and just just wreak havoc just if they're not prepared for it. So it's not one of those ones that people expect to just see.
That's how I catch people out with it.
Yeah, and it might be actually pretty good in this current Duelyst 2 with 2 draw, because it's a card that you can just go, you can actually have in there because you'll be able to churn and bring it out without any issues. So,
because for 6 mana, Elucidator is a 6 attack frenzy creature. So you could turn your Elucidators into makeshift Makantor warbeasts that do more damage. But just whack you in the face every time you do it. But yeah, it's good. It's not every deck, but for me, early game, it was buff creatures to wipe out the enemy creatures. Then mid game, it was the Paradise Birds to kill shit. And in some decks, I even had it with Elucidator, just to be even more of a prick.
Because you could just go Elucidator, then Makantor, then just keep
frenzying the shit out of them. But as I said, Magmar had the most frenzied cards, and this one was great because Frenzy is a card that you can play around, but if they don't know it, that's the thing. You never knew if it was in someone's deck. It's very easy to be like, oh, Sword of Makantor's there. I'm not going to move my minions in such a way as he gets value. Makantor gets around that because of Rush. But then you know it's always, since it's so good because of that fact, everyone uses it, so you know it's coming. Diretide Frenzy is a little bit different, in which case you're like, well, he doesn't have mana for the Makantor warbeast, I've got a bit of time, and nah, they don't. They just get wrecked. But yeah, that was cool.
Elucidator? Ah.
You think the Elucidator is your friend?
Oh.
This is hard. Oh, we've mentioned it a couple of times and we haven't spoken about it, so let's do the Elucidator.
Yeah, we have mentioned that a fair bit, haven't we?
We've mentioned him, but we haven't actually spoken about him. So Makantor is the main rush kahuna, but the Elucidator is
It's cousin.
cousin, little sister, whatever you want to call it. But this thing is just a beast. Rush 5/4, opening gambit, deal 4 damage to your general. But basically, this is where if you get those lovely decks where you get 2 Elucidators and then a Makantor follow up in turn 4, 5, and 6, you've essentially won the game.
Yeah, it's insane.
But look, it's similar to the Lavaslasher, but instead of a tank removal, it's more of a suicide bomber.
Yeah.
And you just and as Mark alluded to, a Diretide Frenzy turns this into a 1 mana cheaper. No, it's still 6 mana.
Same cost, but does 1 more damage.
Same cost, does 1 more damage. But yeah, it's pretty much like Makantor, just without the frenzy. Really good. Use it to kill something big. Use it to keep pushing your attack. Really good card.
Oh my god. Pre-alpha, 4 mana, 6/3, deal 2 damage to your general at the start of your turn.
God.
What the hell?
That's insane.
Yeah. The thing is, yeah, it did 4 damage to your general, but I never felt that was ever came into... It may have. I played a lot of games, but 9 times out of 10, I don't feel that the general taking it to the face ever did anything to make me win the game. Because they play this, it hits you in the damn face, so you've taken 5 damage, they've taken 4. But now, you either need to sacrifice a minion into it, because your general's not killing this unless you've got equipment attached. Or you're taking another 5 damage to the face.
Or a death wish.
Yeah. And there was a lot of... Like, burn Magmar was a thing. You could do, like, your Flame Blood Warlock to deal 3 damage to you. Followed up by the Saber Spine Tigers that hit you in the face. Then this guy. Then Makantor. It's just a lot of damage just comes out that you just can't stop. And like, a lot of the time, you're not worried about your opponent's health going low. It's just because they're doing so much more damage to you. Which, like, luckily for me, a lot of my decks have a lot of healing, but it's because of cards like this, and Songhai. But, that you need to deal with it. And you don't want to use removal on a 5/2. So yeah, you generally will have to throw a minion into it, which is very hard to do if they're Diretide Frenzied. But yeah, he was good. He was in a lot of decks. Like, even, I think, Control decks had this card in it.
Yeah.
No, he was insanely good.
And like you think the 4 damage to your general is big, but not when Magmar has things like, you know, they have Earth Spheres and the amount of healing at the moment where Emerald Rejuvenators and Healing Mystics are just running rampant in every deck at the moment. Yeah, you don't give a shit if you got 4 damage.
But yeah, no, he was still used to the end of days, and he was pretty good, and he was only a rare. Which is pretty good. But yeah, well, my last card. Probably another card that's probably in most decks. Natural Selection.
Or in every deck.
Yeah, this card was cool. So at least Duelyst had some really cool removal that wasn't just LOL kill unit. This card was destroy any minion with the lowest attack on the battlefield. Although it can be tied. Now, the good thing about Magmar is a lot of their units are normally bulkier and have more attack than your opponents. So you could actually just use this to remove a lot of their... If it's only a couple creatures on the board, chances are you can kill what you want. Your opponent can, like, protect their big minions by having a lot of smaller ones out. But if they ever played one big minion just to get it out, then you just kill this for 2 mana. So, yeah, it was never a good idea to have just a one minion board against Magmar. And if you played a lot of weaker creatures, the Makantor warbeast just comes in and wipes them out. The one weakness that this card had was if you ever had an egg dispelled, you would never be able to target anything from your opponent because a 0/1 is pretty fucking useless. I've had a few games where they've had to natural select their own dispelled eggs just so that they can use it on other shit. But yeah, and then yeah, like Primordial Gazer can, or even some of their buff cards can buff their creatures out to make them stronger than the opponent, so you can natural select them. Now, that was a cool card. I really like the idea behind this one.
No, I think you've hit everything on the head there. Even in this day and age with Jaxie's running rampant at the moment, you know, it's handy just to have one in case, you know, one of those mini Jaxies just slip behind enemy lines and you can't get rid of it and it's just starting to just be a bit of a pester. Yeah, you're not going to lose much sleep that you're going to use a natural selection on it. It's it's really good, basic, but does the job. That's all you want.
Got a feeling you're basing your. How come you draw all that shit?
Holy fuck, that's got egg? Holy shit, I didn't expect that.
Oh.
But yes, that's how many do we get in the end? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8's pretty good considering all the others. I think we had to like go back and choose extras to fill it out. 1, 2, 3.
Mate, you should see what else was on my list. Honorable mentions. I had Grow, the battle pet.
Yeah, that battle pet was annoying as shit.
It's because it was a 2/4 with Grow.
Yeah.
Like, it was pretty bloody good. Like, you could place that in the back of the line and everyone would forget about it. By the time it got into it, it'd actually be half decent.
Yeah.
Kujata.
So where's our good friend Grow? It's a battle pet, no, that's some tokens? Yeah. Oh, I can't find my token.
It'll be in the top part.
I'm going to type in pet. It's easier for me to type pet than it is Grow. There he is, Grow. Yeah, this thing was pretty decent. 2/4, yeah, he was hard to remove early game, not gonna lie. Oh yeah, he had that cool attack animation. He breathes fire.
That's right, yeah.
He was cool. Kujata, yeah, he was in, I see him a lot. He's still used in a lot of decks.
Kujata. I had Phalanxer as a bit of a troll, but late game it actually probably was a better card than early game. But if you managed to get one out and they had no answer and you managed to hit the general with it, then you had infinite value out of it.
I'm trying to think of any time I've ever had no answer to. Did they end up buffing it? Oh no, it's still 6/1 here.
Yeah.
It used to be a
7/2.
Oh, I don't know if they did. I reckon it was originally 7/2, and then they said, "Oh fuck it, it's shit at 7/2. Let's make it a 6/1." But it's only It's only 2 mana though.
Yeah.
Hilarious though. Terrible card.
Then I just had a couple of spell cards: Metamorphosis, Kinetic Equilibrium, Eggmorph, Earth Sphere.
Forgot about this dude. Oh, you remember this guy? I completely forgot about him. Did you say Rancor?
No, I didn't say Rancor.
Whenever your general takes damage, this minion gains that much attack.
Oh, that must have been in the latest expansion.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I reckon we played with this card in the deck. Oh wait, he throws out a flame and then kicks it. I think he might have been on the last patch that we played. I did see some decks with him in it.
Yeah,
I'm surprised you didn't say Ryzen. I think you beat me with this card once.
Which one was Ryzen? Maybe your opponent summons a minion. This minion summons an egg of itself nearby. Oh yeah,
That was so fucked.
that was really.
Well, who was
sneaky,
I?
yeah.
Was I like either Vitruvian or Abyssian or I was someone
I don't
that
know,
had
but-
no removal. I had very little removal and I couldn't get rid of it.
Yeah,
Warble Reaver.
Oh, I had to go over there. Oh, I fucking can't do that. Well, this is fun.
I managed to get it out at like the fucking worst time for you. It was actually hilarious.
Oh shit! What's this attack? I'm not even sure if it attacked. It just there was so many. It just broke my spirit. Just yeah. What other ones are there? Vindicator. He would be interesting.
Yeah, we didn't mention him.
Visionaire, Warpath, I said I brought up Wild Interceptor. I could never make him work.
See, I think the best part is like whilst there's a core slot where you put a couple of things, you could then put a lot of different stuff of Magmar's shit in, which is really cool.
And I did try a lot of different things. Like I tried using this card, Flaming Stampede. Unfortunately, I never got it to work, but not through lack of trying. Deal 8 damage to all non-egg minions. Oh man, that was hilarious. I had some guy the other day using Mind Steel, Nature's Confluence, summon 4 copies of Battle Pets. That one was insane as well. Someone summoned.
I think I tried it. I think I used that.
Someone cast it behind me and it just summoned a bunch of rocks, and I'm like, fuck, I can't go in that area ever again.
I think I used it against you.
Yeah. Like, imagine that. Or you get the one. Imagine summoning. Oh, this would be more annoying. Summoning 4 Onis with force fields. God damn. Yeah, like, again, you would never be able to go in that area again. Actually, the more I think about it, the more I should. Magmar has a lot of really good cards that I just don't. That I just. I'm like, they're there, and you just see them so often. But you forget about all the really amazing ones that. Like Verdant Form that you just didn't see played often, but you could meme so hard with Magmar. It was great. Primal Flourish, so if your minions were on the space, they would grow. Someone was doing that to me in the Legacy deck, and that was hilarious. Thankfully, he took his time doing that, and I just killed him. But this card here, Brownie, we missed out on, and that was lucky. This card I heard broke the game for a while.
Saurian Finality.
Yeah.
Stun the enemy general. Your general gains 3 attack. Both players lose 3 mana. Restore 10 health to your general.
So basically, whoever played this card first won the game.
Oh my god.
So imagine you're like the second player. You play this, all of a sudden your opponent loses 3 mana. They never get to play their own Saurian Finality.
But do you lose 3 mana as well?
You do, but
Yeah, it's
you still played the card first. There's no guarantee that the game. Both players lose 3 mana. Yeah, you since you went second, you'd be able to play the card first anyway.
Damn, that's insane.
Or would it? I think so. But yeah, they end up did they nerf it? 7 to okay, so they nerfed it from 7 to they made it 8 mana. Attack bonus changed from 2 to 3. Still, yeah, that's pretty fucked. But yeah.
And you permanently have +3 attack. Holy crap.
Yeah, that card was insane. Yeah, I didn't play during that era, thank God. Fucking Plasma Storm. What's Mitotic Induction? Summon an egg of the minion most recently summoned from your action bar. Well, there's potential. Problem with that is it's probably going to stay in your hand for a long time.
Yeah.
Lavalanche, so that was talking about grow minions. Oh no, egg
Yeah,
minions. I like this. If you got an egg, you deal 4 damage. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
But no, actually, to be fair, no, looking at Magma's creatures, I probably should be playing Magma more often. But you have to remember that in early game Duelyst, I'm playing a lot of Control Magna, which makes you hate life. And then as the game grew on, you went up against bloody Starhorn with his stupid burn deck with was it the Decimus, where he'd force you to would damage you by when you drew a card, then he'd just force you to draw cards over and over again.
Oh yeah.
There were a lot of decks for Magma that just made you hate them. I'm trying to think of
a lot of those things.
I'm trying to think. Probably the true. Actually, no, I'm going to be honest. There was at least one stage in every lifespan where every deck was hated, at one stage. Maybe Lioner probably avoids that purely for the fact that I don't know if Lioner's ever been the most powerful. But I know Magmar's always probably been top tier throughout the entire run, I think. Lionar's gone from shit to good quite often. Vitruvian's had some errors where they've just been busted. I think Vannar was deliberately made to piss people off. Abyssian, some people hate that game style, although I think more people like Abyssian than anyone else. I feel like you could deal with Abyssian. But yeah, Magmar was good. But yeah, so that just leaves one more. But we'll probably leave that for another time, I reckon.